Very optimistic view that I've been reading about and hearing from people. I think we should not make any mistake. By the events have shaped up in a manner that this is truly a majoritarian authoritarian moment in the United States. Trump has not only the two houses with him, majorities there, but the US Supreme Court, he has personally picked up most of the judges, the Republican judges. So ultimately, whatever the courts may block at the federal level or at the state level is ultimately going to go to the Supreme Court. And there, Trump is more likely to get the backing that he is requiring. Maybe after 2 years, when there's a midterm election, the situation may change. But in the absence of what Danish earlier mentioned, in the absence of the local organizing of deliberative democracy at the grassroots level by the opponents, which are, i.e., the Democrats, it's not even going to happen that way because the Democrats, I mean, that is the most ironic thing that, they have lost support of segments of the working people. We see the voting trends. They've also lost the support of many communities of color because there have been more Latinos, etc., voting for Trump in the last election. And despite the fact that many of their compatriots are being deported or at least face the threat of deportation. So this particular moment is not something to be taken lightly that, somehow the US, the conventional argument is that the US has a very strong system of checks and balances and it autocorrects and it checks abuse of power, abuse of executive power. I think this particular moment is going to defy this conventional wisdom. And that is why this is some requires urgent necessity of both organizing at the local level, but also the Democratic Party reorganizing itself and reimagining what it can do in the 21st century because
But
its
do you
old
think
playbook is dead.
whatever Trump is doing, would it deliver to his constituency, the Midwest, the white working class? Would it solve? Because he's not addressing the basic issues.
The populists don't really care about that, So he comes into office and he signs a plethora of executive orders. He just signed an executive order ban saying that we'll go to the plastic straws because plastic is good. Paper straws is woke. Is the idea of Democrats. I mean, I'm giving you a very minor, facetious example, but this is what his support base loves. And don't forget that the rise of Trumpism or rise of other authoritarian ideologies across the globe have been facilitated by big tech as well. The big tech, in particular, the technology big technology controlled social media platforms, are now influencing people far more than legacy media, whether it's India, whether it's the US, whether it's Pakistan, and other parts. So people have been looking at how influencers and YouTubers and podcasters here in the United States have influenced the voters' behavior far more than what the traditional media that used to be the source of information, etc. And that's why Trump's victory was came as a, I mean, this victory came as a big surprise to many, once again, to many pundits on national on the US TV and
And
the major newspapers. So this is the environment, what is known as the alt, the post-truth, alt news, all these different propaganda, etc., etc. I mean, that's playing a very major role. So people who live in that bubble, for them, a lot of these kind of uh, representational or emotional things about throwing non-white people out, controlling the population demographic balance, working against the so-called fictitious great replacement theory matters a lot. This is why they like Trump, and this is why they want Trump to do the things that he's doing. At least he will deliver that sort of thing. Yes, whether it turns into economic betterment, well-being, that remains to be seen.
I think